everybody, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me and are new, my name is Kotar. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. It has been months since I've sat in front of a camera, did a full face of makeup, and filmed for you guys. I believe the last time I filmed was the end of August or beginning of September, and it was like a school video, like basically like tips and tricks on how to stay on task with your like school and your classes and all of that. And that was the last time I filmed. Yeah, it's been rough out here. Okay, this video today is just a video to welcome you guys back to my channel and to tell you guys where I've been and some of the things that have been happening in the world and everything, and to let you guys know that we are back and we are ready to film and get this YouTube channel up and going and running. It's that simple. So over these past 4 months, literally they've been hectic. I know I like literally left like YouTube without giving y'all like a warning or just like telling you guys where I was going, but it was just the fact that like school, work, and life itself, and like just so many things happening that like something had to give in so that I could balance everything else out, because it was just too much on my plate. So it was YouTube that had to give in. Like, I was a full-time student and I was a full-time had a full-time job, and I was working 40 hours a week overnight, not even during the day. Like during the day I'd have class, and then at night, if y'all wondering what that is, that's like my roommate's dog. She's playing with her ball right now. She wants me to play with her. Whitty, come here. Come here. You guys want to see her? She's so adorable. Come here. Say hi to everybody. Isn't she so cute? Whitty. She's so adorable. She just wants to play right now, and I'm just like, I'm filming. I'll play with you later. Go. Go, go, go. Gotta give her her nasty little ball. So, back to what I was saying. You guys are probably gonna hear the dog like in the background, like hear her little collar and her squeezing the ball a little. If you do, just don't mind her. So as I was saying, yes, I was a full-time student. I was working 40 hours every week. Like literally I was working them overnight, and then during the day I would have like class and everything, and it was just like so hard to like balance a YouTube channel with that as well. Like whether you guys know, for those of you who have channels, and for those of you who don't have channels, having a YouTube channel is literally like it's like another full-time job. Like, you know, you gotta sit down, you gotta do your makeup, you gotta think of new content, you gotta think of new ideas, you gotta like have the whole like setup for the room, then you gotta film, then you gotta edit. And editing, man, oh man, editing was like, editing takes up a lot of the time. It's not the filming that takes up a lot of time, it's the editing. Because for me, like, I'm very detail oriented, so like small details in my videos will bother me. Like, and if I don't like something in my video and I can't edit it, or like it cannot be changed, or it's not to my satisfaction, I will delete the entire video and I will redo it. I cannot tell you guys how many times I've done that with like previous videos, where like I refilmed the video like almost 2-3 times, because I'm just like, no, like why does that look like that, and why do I sound like that? I'm just like, delete, starting over from scratch. It's that simple. So, and I just didn't have the time for that while I was in school and working a full-time job and everything. So, and I just like wanted to give, like, for me, like, because I'm so detail oriented and everything, like I just needed like for me, like my channel would need to like be about me. Like it would need to like represent me. So like I wouldn't gonna like put like a half-assed like video on like my YouTube channel and be like, hey guys, yeah, this is a video I filmed, where it's not even edited to the best of its like that it could be from me, or like even giving you guys like a really good video with good content that's like not even like me or whatever. So like I just wasn't liking that at all. So I just like had to put it on hold, because like it was just really rough. Because there were times like where I would sit down and film and I would just look so tired. Like I would look beyond tired. Like I had dark circles underneath my eyes because of those overnight shifts, like, and then I would be sitting here like just stressing the fact, like while I'm filming I'd be stressing. I'd be like, bruh, I literally still have to go do homework, I still have to go write a 15-page lab report, I still have to go like do this, and I still have to go sleep because I work another overnight shift tonight. But wait, I still gotta go to class at like 3 o'clock and go to lab, that's like 4 hours. And I was just like, yeah, YouTube, you're just gonna have to be put on hold for a couple of months until I finish. And I finished, and I am a graduate. Hey, and everything. So it's very exciting. So bam, we already knocked off one full-time job that wouldn't leave me alone for like 4.5 years. Finally got rid of it. And so now, like, obviously I'm still working my other job, the one that's paying my bills and everything, but now, like, I got time for YouTube and I got time for you guys. And don't get it twisted, although I was not filming, I was thinking of new content. So be prepared for some like new, different content that's gonna be up on this channel. It's not just gonna be about makeup, it's gonna be about like, you know, life, and it's gonna be about different things and like whatever you guys also want. If you guys were to comment or you guys were to DM me on my Instagram and all of that, is going to be put on this channel. Like, I just don't want it to be about makeup because like over the months when I was thinking, I was like, you know, I'm just not like all about makeup. Like, I'm about other things. Like, I have other like talents that I can share with you guys, that I can video and that I can show you guys and hope to teach you guys and everything. So that's what I wanted. I was like, when I get back to my YouTube, you know, I was like writing out lists and everything. I was like, I want to put up different content. Also, like my roommates, I have 3 amazing roommates that I adore so much. You guys probably will see them on the channel as well, because I was thinking like, you know, I could collab with my roommates and collab with some of my friends. I was like, I'm gonna bring you guys on the channel as well and everything. So just be prepared for some new fun videos being uploaded every week, some new content on my social media and everything. So yeah, just be prepared for some good stuff. So also, let's talk about the balance thing and everything, but like, let's just talk about it real quick about, I mean, I don't know, this was a struggle for me, which was another reason why I had to let go of YouTube, was the fact that classes were online. I cannot tell you guys how bad like my mental state got because of online classes. Like, there were times where I was literally pulling my hair out. I was like sitting at my desk in my room and I was like listening to my teachers, professors lecture and everything, or like watching the PowerPoints and everything, and I would literally just be sitting there like ready, like rubbing my face. Like, I don't want to rub my face because I have like a full face on, but like, you ever sit there and you just like rub your face because you're so stressed out, and then you just like are like scratching your head? Oh my god, like that was me, except times 10. Like, there was no like, it was just like really bad. Like classes online was just, yeah, it was just too hectic for my liking. And this dog, she doesn't want to go sit down. Witty. Her name is Witty, by the way. We call her Witty and Layale too. So another like reason why I had to like put YouTube on hold was because of the classes being online. Like during spring semester, like last semester when we had first started having classes online and everything, like they were kind of like easy because, and I think that was the reason for that was because like we already done half of the semester in person and the other half in like online. So it was just like, you know, like everybody was just going with the flow, and teachers were a bit more lenient and everything, and I could like film more videos and everything, and I could get them up. But then like this semester, it was just like one of the worst semesters I've had, and thank God it was my last, because like it was just beyond out of pocket for no reason. Like, I don't know about you guys, but taking 4 advanced chem classes were just not it. Like online, were just like absolutely not it. Like, it was so hard because you couldn't understand the professor. Some professors didn't even lecture. Some professors would just like post PowerPoints and be like, look over the PowerPoints, take notes on the PowerPoints, be ready for a quiz, be ready for an exam by next week. And it's just like, whoa, like what? What happened to you lecturing? Some professors you would email and couldn't even get a hold of until like days or weeks later. Some professors, you would go to office hours and they'd barely help you. Like literally, like you would show up at office hours. You show up like, so they would have like, some professors would have these like 2-hour period of like having office hours or whatever. You show up like 5 minutes late from when they start. They'd be like, well, nobody showed up, so I left. And I'm like, really? That's how you feel? You're just gonna leave? Like, didn't even give like a 5-minute hold, like, or anything. Like, you know, students, like when the professor is late to class, students give the professor at least like 15 minutes before it's like, all right, class is canceled. You barely give me 5 minutes before you're like, all right, office hours are over. Just like so ridiculous and everything. Professors, they were just not understanding the fact that we are literally in a pandemic. We are in a pandemic situation where like some people are struggling financially, so they have to pick up a job or two to support not just themselves, but their families as well. And they would not understand that just because we're online doesn't mean we're just sitting at home all day. Because a lot of professors, like every single time you'd complain, students would complain about like, hey, like I'm not understanding this, or hey, I don't got time to do all these like assignments. Do y'all see this girl in the back? She's just climbing, looking like trying to play. She wants to play so bad. She just wants to play so bad. Oh my god, I feel so bad. We're gonna play after we're done filming. Woody, say hi to the camera. No, don't lick the face. But anyways, so like they would not understand that we are like literally in a pandemic and everything, and that like we have jobs, like we literally have to work. Like every professor of mine who I told, because they would always be like, well yeah, what are you doing, or like this is that there, because sometimes like my assignments would be like a day or two late or whatever, and I'd be like, I work a full-time job and I work overnight, I don't even work during the day. And they were like when do you sleep, like how are you doing that or whatever? And I'd be like, I have no job, I have no option but to do that. Like I can't work during the day because classes take up my whole day, so I have to work overnight because that's when I have free time. So like then I come back from overnight, like my shift would be from like 10 to 6:30. I'd sleep until about like 9 or like 10 at most, and I'd wake up, go to class, then nap again, then wake up, do study, like do a couple assignments, then maybe take an hour nap and whatever, and then go to work again. Like I would like, there was literally nothing else to do, and like my professors were just not understanding of it. And there were like other students who were in the same boat who were like doing the same thing. There were other students who literally had 2 full-time jobs while also being a full-time student, and still like professors were not understanding because they had to support themselves and their families, and professors were just like not understanding that. And I was like, what are you, and I'm just like in my head I'm like, what are y'all not understanding the fact that like we are struggling out here? And professors would be like, aren't you guys home all day? Like, why are you guys complaining? Like, you guys have all the time in the world to complete these assignments, like complete these 15-page lab reports and all these like homework and exams and everything. And I was like, that's kind of disrespectful for y'all to think that way, because like, why are y'all taking forever to put my grade in the system? Just out of curiosity, since we all have time, since we're all home and everything, why is it taking you like a whole month to like grade my first exam? I've taken already 3 exams and you haven't even put them in. So what does that say about you? Do you think you're busier than me? Do you think your time is more important than mine or something like that? Like it was just so rude and completely out of pocket and everything. And like, I don't know, I would just never forget this semester, because this semester like blew me, and I know it blew a lot of other students because I have 3 other roommates who are also in school, and it blew them too. And everybody was struggling, and professors were just not understanding about it. And they would just like pile up work after work after work, and like just like expecting us to do it all. Like one of my, like, I want you to understand, like, for my chem classes, my entire years that I've studied chemistry at university or whatever, there would be 4 exams at most, then 1 final, so a total of 5 exams throughout the entire semester. One of my chem classes this semester had an exam every week. I kid you not. They would post the PowerPoint, be like, read over the PowerPoint, listen to the voiceover, take notes, and then on Friday you have an exam and you have until Sunday to complete it. And it's just like, wait, what? Why do we have an exam every week? And on top of that, it was also a class that had lab, and then they'd be like, oh, also you have lab and you have to complete this lab report and this lab packet or whatever. It's just like, what? Like, you did not do this like when we were in person, because I heard a lot of students had your class and they were like completely blown the fact that I was telling them, yeah, I have an exam every week in this class. They were just like, she's never done that for us when we were in person. It was like 4 exams, 1 final, a total of 5 exams, and like 2 lab reports. We had like 5 lab reports during online. We had like exam, as I said, every week and stuff. And I was just like, yeah, the disrespect and the audacity is like real. Like, I've never seen like professors really like step out of line until this semester, and then thinking that it was okay to do that. Like, what? So like, because of these online classes and like with COVID and everything, like respectfully, like life was just like, and my mental state was just not where I wanted it to be. Like, and like once again, like professors were not understanding it. Like, no, like only people who would understand were other students. Like literally, like in my life, literally for the past 4.5 months of this semester, we're literally school, work, work, school, study, work, school, study, work, school, study, work, school. I literally couldn't go to the gym anymore, like, because I just could not fit it into my schedule no more. Because if I would like go to the gym, I'd be at the gym and I'd be stressing. I'd be like, bruh, I still gotta go back home. I still gotta study. I still gotta do this homework assignment. I still gotta take this quiz, and then I gotta nap because then I gotta go to work now. I'd literally be at work and I would literally be stressing about school. Like, there was never a moment of peace these past 4 months and everything. I'd be asleep, and I kid you not, I'd be stressful. You guys ever like, she just knocked over my camera. This dog. like I'm pretty sure a lot of students can also relate to this, but like you ever had like you've ever been so stressed that like even sleep won't even help you de-stress. Like I would literally, like I said, be asleep and I'd still be stressing. I'd wake up stressed out. Imagine that. Imagine going to sleep stressed out, thinking your problems are just gonna be put on hold. No, I'd wake up like, bruh, really? I gotta wake up to go do this now? Just like so like just like just really bad and everything. And like COVID just did not help because like I'm more of a person who likes to learn in person. So like learning in person would have been so much more easier. And I would definitely know I would have been able to do YouTube and learning in person at the same time because I've done it before spring semester. And then work as well. Like I know for a fact that I wouldn't have had to work like 40 hours throughout the week because I work at a grocery store, I work at Target or whatever. And if it wasn't for like COVID, we wouldn't have had to work. We wouldn't have been like needed as much. Like we wouldn't have had to like do all of the work that we were doing these past couple of months to stay on top of like the grocery stores and the essentials that like people needed because of this pandemic and everything. So like, yeah, like it's just like a relief that school is over now and that like I'm back at the gym. Like I can literally go back to the gym. I can cook more. Like I can actually like sit down and like plan my day out more. Like I can do a lot more now. It's like the biggest relief. And like literally as soon as school was over, like about 75% of my stress went out the door. Like I was just so happy. Like even looking at myself right now, I'm pretty happy. Like I'm like actually genuinely happy and like not stressing out, and I love it. And I hope everybody else can be like that or somehow get there, because I know what it's like to be so stressed out and everything, and it's just not it. Like it's really not it. That would like stress me out throughout the months would be like, so graduation is coming, is like coming right around the corner and everything, and I'd be like looking for jobs and everything, and nobody would want to hire. Like nobody is looking to hire other than like nobody is looking to hire except for like the medical field, which is completely understandable because of the virus that's happening and everything. But like companies like energy companies, like chemistry and all of that things, like nobody wants to really hire. So that as well, just like that I'm still kind of stressed about, because I'm just like, I'm a graduate, like I need to find a job now. Like I need to find a better job. Like I don't want to work at Target no more. Like I want like an actual job because I studied for 4.5 years. So I want to like start off my career and everything, because this is what I studied for. Like this is what kept me up all night. This is what I pulled all-nighters for. This is what made me want to pull out my hair. Now I want a job. And obviously it's a lot easier said than done. Obviously sitting here is talking about like I want a job, like I sound a bit like impatient, I would say, or whatever. But like obviously I'm not just gonna find a job like overnight. It takes time to find a job and everything. And I've been applying, and a lot of jobs they want to hire, but they're like, we just don't have the financial means right now to hire you and pay you, because we've already cut a lot of our staff off. So we're just keeping people who have been with us, who have been working at this lab, who have been working for this energy company and chemistry company and all of that for over like 10 years, that we can't just bring in new people right now. And I'm just like, bruh, COVID really needs to just go away. It needs to be over. We need to like start this new life after COVID, and everybody needs to get back in business. Everybody needs to get back on their feet and all of that, because we're all struggling. So aside from all that stressing me out, you know what also stressed me out? The elections this year, okay? The 2020 elections. Like, if America was a movie, it'd be a cartoon. Like, that's what I think, because this is like, it was a joke. Like, it was literally a joke. Like it was like me and like, so the night of the elections that were happening, when the night of the elections, I was actually at the gym. I was trying to work out. Couldn't even work out because a part of me was stressed out about school and a part of me was stressed out about the elections. Like there were like these big TVs in front of like at the gym or whatever, and like I was not working it out. We literally went to the gym and I was just sitting there watching the TVs. Like, it wasn't even just me. Everybody around me wasn't working out because of how, like, the elections were just, like, so stressful. And they were just, like, so, like, like, if you could strangle someone, I would have strangled someone in front of me and everything. And it was just, like, well, first of all, like, we shouldn't even have been in that stressful situation. But because we live in America, we were having that stressful situation with the elections. And it was one thing that impressed me about the elections, and that was the fact that Georgia went from a red state to a blue state. I love that. I adored that. Made me fall in love with Georgia even more. For those of you who don't know, I don't know if I've ever shared this information about me, but I hope to live in Savannah, Georgia one day, buy a beautiful house out there on the water and just live there and have a beautiful career job out there and everything. So the fact that like Georgia went from a red state to a blue state made me so happy. It was like one of the most happiest moments that happened to me these past 4.5 months. I was like, girl, you did not let me down. Like, I knew you were good. I knew you were good. You just needed a little motivation. You needed a little push to get where we wanted you to be and everything. So that made me so happy. The fact that like when the final results came and Joe won and people were out celebrating, like my sister, older sister, she lived in she was living in DC at that time. She was like, everybody was on the streets partying. My other sister who lives in Philly, and I have my cousin who lives in New York, they were telling me like, bro, like the streets were just partying. The streets were just filled with people like happy and just like partying that Joe won and everything, because that election was too close for my liking. I believe that election was too close for anybody's liking. Like there was no reason for Trump to have been so close to winning elections again for the second term. Like there was just no reason for that at all, like at all or whatever. And so like the celebrations that broke out and everything, I was like, bro, have you ever seen anybody party or celebrate on the streets playing music and everything because a president has lost and because another one had won? I was like, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in these elections that I've like paid attention to or whatever. I was like, that's kind of like embarrassing. Like Trump, I would just pack my bags up and I would leave respectively. Like I wouldn't even like try to fight it. But obviously he's doing that right now, and that's just like a whole shit show itself. Like no need to even go down that path and talk about what he's doing right now and what like Trump supporters are doing right now, breaking into the Capitol and everything. It's just like so embarrassing. About like, I bet you other people from the outside, from other countries, are looking at us and looking at the news and everything, and they're just like, bro, we are not going to America no more. Like we ain't got no business being out there. Like we look at these hooligans acting like ignorant assholes, literally. Like what? Fact that our vice president is a woman, and she's not just a woman, she is the first Black Indian woman to be vice president. Like America, we've come far. Like as much as like some of y'all set us back and some of y'all are ignorant, the rest of us who are like moving forward and want better, we've come far. Like I don't like that was just beautiful right there. So like at this point, one could only hope that Joe and Kamala like literally just like follow up with what they told us that they were going to do for the next 4 years of this presidency. So like, you know, like Joe, like reducing or maybe even getting rid of student loans would be a big help. Please? It's like, yeah. I doubt he would get rid of the student loans, but I'm pretty sure I hope that he would reduce them or like take interest off of them, or like, I don't know, just reduce some kind of student loans, because mine are not looking pretty at all. Like I want to go to grad school, so I need you to help me here, Joe. Thank you. But yeah, so yeah, that was basically the election. Just a hectic situation and everything that happened. So yeah, but other than that, I don't want to ramble on too much. I feel like when I sit in front of the camera, even though I haven't sat in front of the camera for like months, I like, whenever I do though, I just like ramble on and I'm just like all over the place and everything. So like I don't want to do that to you guys. I kind of want to just like, I want it to be like short and like simple and quick about where I have been, and that I'll be back on this channel again, filming videos and back on my content and everything. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys subscribe to my channel as well, and I hope you guys come back to watch more videos, and if you want, follow me on Instagram. But other than that, I hope to see you guys on my next video. Mwah.